Hi guys, how are you doing? How are you doing? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Let's get more people in here. Ibiri, how are you doing? I was meant to call you, but I'm just so tired. As in, man, so very, very tired. How are the rest of you doing? Papi, yay, I made it live. I'm going to try as much as possible not to spend more than the next 15 minutes having this conversation. How are you doing? Agatha, how are you doing? I didn't turn the mic on. Don't be angry. How are you doing now? Can you hear? Is it clear now? I've turned it on. Uh-huh. So I did say this session is not going to last more than 30 minutes because I'm exhausted. Um, if you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, double click the screen. I'm always looking for my number one and my number two gifter. And let me tell you something, whoever is my number one gifter, I'm going to follow that person at the end of the day. Whoever is my number one gifter at the end of today, hey, somebody just sent me a money gun. Big shout out. A person is Modika Fem Behilda. I hope I got that. That's my number one gifter already. How are you doing? The book. Somebody said, there's the comment I saw here. Greetings, Daddy Freeze. How are you doing? Someone said Daddy Freeze should be paid by the Nigerian government. You're giving people life. Did they send anybody? They don't send me and anybody else. So today I want to talk about social media. I don't know if I should talk about social media relationships or how social media affects relationships. And I'm going to talk about a video I saw earlier on today. In the video, Ojolakwe, my darling, how are you doing? In the video, in this particular video, there was a guy who was in an altercation with some law enforcement agents in what seemed to be an airport. And this guy, all of a sudden, jumped from where he was and fell to the ground. I don't know if you've seen that video. And the caption was written, "Man by himself because he did not want to be deported back to Nigeria." And the first thing initially I was like, oh wow, the hardship in Nigeria. See, of course you don't think about them. It's not like the man was speaking Hausa or Yoruba or Igbo or Efik. It's not like he had an Igbo accent or a Calabar accent or a Yoruba accent. It's not like he was wearing natives. How do we even know he's Nigerian? Secondly, they saw him fall. How do we know he died? How do we know the video was recorded 2 years ago? Not yesterday, not 2 weeks ago. How do we know that it was actually because he wanted to be deported? How are we not sure, or how do we know it's not because he's having problems with his baby mama or he's having mental health challenges? or he's on Colos. How do we know? But you see, social media is unregulated. And when it is unregulated, anything goes. Anything goes. There's nobody checking the claims. That's why I have a problem with all these online pastors coming to tell you that they are healing people. The Nigerian population is not particularly smart because we're not raised to be smart. Whether you like me or not, you need to understand that your parents raised you. Innocent, thank you for that money gone. Your parents raised you to be superstitious. They raised you to be fearful. They raised you to trust them whether they are right or wrong. I keep saying this all the time. The fact that you saw something doesn't mean what you saw was right. Were you trained to identify what you saw? I'm on an airplane and the airplane enters some turbulence and the plane starts to shake. And before you know it, Nigerians start conducting prayer session. Like the plane is going to crash. Then they come out of the rough weather and they go and tweet, I just survived a plane crash. Do you know what a plane crash looks or sounds like? And you are there on the other side, you are reading these tweets and you are taking them, you're believing these tweets. People who have no idea about anything, they have no idea about life, all of a sudden become advisors. Your parents are your financial advisors. And the first thing I ask myself is, unless your parents fall into the category of Otedola, Dangote, Adenuga, Oba Otudeko, your papa, where you they send money to for village, they give you advice on how to invest money. The money where you get, how you invest in own. That's how we were raised. We were not raised to question, we were raised to respect our elders. There's nothing wrong in respecting our elders, but respect. But allowing somebody to tell you nonsense is not part of respect. Learn to question things. Learn to ask questions. Learn. I'm telling you, your mama will know no book, we cannot read book. Hardly can she read and write. Is the one telling you what was written in a Bible she has never read before. I keep telling people I study scripture in go and read Bible in original languages. That's when you know that Lucifer is not Satan. The day you realize that Lucifer was not Satan, that's the day your problem begins to be solved in Christianity. What you are going around, the beliefs you are carrying around, are the beliefs some people just gave your parents, and your parents held on to it like it's reality. And how does this now affect relationships? Many women tend to go online to seek validity for their relationships. People, you are not raised an American, you don't live in America, you live in Okokomaiko. But all of a sudden, you believe that Oprah Winfrey knows one or two things about relationships. All of a sudden, you submit to the gospel of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Let me tell you, Beyonce and Jay-Z are not telling you half of the things they are doing. They are telling you what they need you to know. They are telling you what their contracts allow them to tell you. They are telling you what they need you to know so you can behave in a certain way. That's why relationships are failing. Do you sit down to actually realize that this UK and US, that have the monopoly of teaching people about relationship, have some of the worst relationship crises you can ever imagine. Countries with the least divorce are India. You are not learning what the Indians are doing to make their marriages work. Instead, you are reading about what Brad Pitt is doing. They will act inside the movie for you, knowing you are gullible. Let me tell you, if you be anybody that can call Christ Jesus in 2023, when he knows that Jewish people don't answer names that have J because their language no get J, just know say that person no get sense. Unless they've not told him. Anybody where they call Jesus in Jesus' name in 2023, when you know that Jesus is the European version, the colonizers version of the Christian reality, just know say that person not get sense. Because that person cannot let go of baseless beliefs. So you need people who are actually rationally, who think rationally. There are things that I won't take in my relationship. If you like, call me possessive. If you like, call me jealous. If you like, call me controlling. That's your business. For me, I call those things boundaries. Every relationship day dynamic. I've said it before. My wife no fit enter aeroplane with her friends and travel to another country. I'm sorry whether una wives they do am. Baba, I've run a church for 7 years. The other day I said it. I said I know if you marry nurse. Today statistics came out. They say nurses are some of the most likely to cheat. I forwarded it to Naomi. If you are in my life, I will forward it to you. Just send me a message, I will forward it to you. I sent it to Naomi. Let me look for it. It says, report, study finds that nurses are most likely to cheat than any other profession. I know. My father had a hospital. I grew up in the same compound with a hospital. Nurse will get husband. Go come hospital. Go do night shift. We serve, they follow chase them. When we small. So when somebody, if I'm dating you, I'm not saying all nurses are bad. I'm sure nurses like Samaria are well behaved and all that. But I wouldn't date a woman, jam boy. How you do? I wouldn't date a woman who is a nurse. Me personally, unless you have proven to me over a long time that you are different. Just like entertainers, I will not date entertainers. I will not date social media influencers because for the rest of your life, you always, unless you fall into a certain bracket, and it will take a while for me to know that you are in that bracket. A lot of people don't like to hear the truth, but you need to know the truth. And let me tell you one thing about me. Forget nightclub. Forget nightclub. Me, I'm a beer parlor guy. Now from Ibadan, I don't learn them. There used to be beer parlor near my house. Someone said nurses make massive money. I know. But statistics also say they cheat massive cheatings. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's cheating on me. Now, there was something I wanted to say, yeah. A lot of people don't understand the value of being in a committed relationship because your guide is Twitter. There's one. Now, let me first warn you about social media people. Eh? We come here to make money. Always remember that it is a job, it is a whole career, and it is not regulated. We wey dey do am, they try regulate them. And when you have earned people's trust, you can literally tell them anything and they'll believe. Church is example. A Nigerian pastor comes here and types, and imagine a Nigerian pastor loses his phone and someone it falls into the hand, the top Nigerian geo, and the person just goes to his Twitter account and types 2 words: eat poo. Imagine what his followers will reply. Ah, Baba has spoken. This message is from the Lord. Only the spiritually enabled will be able to understand this message. People begin forwarding it. Before you know it, some people go to the toilet and be looking for what to eat. It's as simple as that. You have taken social media. In the Free Nation in Christ Church, when we teach a doctrine, I have people here reading the Bible. I'll explain it over and over and over and over again, giving back to back evidence. Social media people just come and tell you if you eat banana, it will lower your blood pressure. Yeah, if you're beginning to have high blood pressure issues and you eat bananas, the potassium in bananas can help reduce your blood pressure. One day, if your blood pressure now 200 over 140, if you like chop one whole banana tree, you are going into the territory of stroke. So they'll just tell you, eat bananas, they're good for your blood pressure. You wait, they tell you, so make you go take blood pressure medicine, go come define banana where you go chop. One day, blood pressure for a banana for blood pressure. Now say your BP na 130 over 90. You can't dey look for waiting to do to reduce them. When your BP na 170 over 122, one day leave banana or go find better drug. So social media is dangerous, especially for relationships, because everybody now has a talk show, and everybody now will come out here and tell you, oh, do it like this, do it like that. You see, in the real world, for anybody to make a claim, you have to have a government approved syllabus. You cannot just go to a class where they begin to teach them anything you like. You have to go through a government program, become a teacher, and then the government will tell you what you can go and teach them. You cannot just wake up and decide to teach them what it is in your mind that you want to teach them. No. But you see, social media, I can get on social media tomorrow morning and become a lawyer and start giving you legal advice. And until the body regulating lawyers sues me or stops me, you will take the advice. You don't enter inside hole. And when it comes to relationships, you need to understand you. America will tell you, don't do it like this, don't take this. A man that is like this is abusive. A man that is like this is this. How many of their relationships are working? America has one of the highest divorce rates in the world, alongside the UK. They are the ones giving you advice. India has one of the lowest divorce rates in the world. How many of you are taking your advice from India? Indian marriages are community based. And if he talks, they don't say America like that. Why? You want me to lie to you? Okay, I'll lie to you since that's what you like. So, like I was saying, for me, Nigeria is in between. We don't have an identity. The Americans have their own identity. We don't have our own. Let me tell you something, yeah. Me, oh, anyhow anybody wants to see it, oh, call me controlling, call me whatever. Oh. My wife cannot wake up one day and decide that she and her friends want to go on a holiday to an island. I will never allow it. Most of the people have counseled. Now that holiday on island, now there the cheating they start from. Somebody will tell you, you don't trust the person. I trust my wife. I just don't trust Bailey's. I don't trust Moe. And I don't trust her friends. Momoti Mawari, where do I know them from? You want to go on a holiday? We book it, we go together. I also don't go on holiday with guys. You know why? Because I know what we get up to. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The reason why I can sit here before you and preach to you, and one woman is not somewhere dangling a scandal over my head, is because I sit in my house. And that said, it's called ladies' night out. Let them sit and catch up. Your grandmother, whose marriage worked, how many times did she go and do ladies' night out? Always ask yourselves these questions. You are going to Ibiza, you will go there and you will see a guy will get big chest. Then you don't know, do you know how many people actually have flings on these holidays? Let me tell you something here. A survey was done and men were asked. A woman who went to jail because she buys somebody and a girl who has gone alone to 10 countries, which one will you pick? Do you know that? Which one is worse? 40, 58 people, 58% said the girl we don't buy person is worse. 42% said the woman that's traveled. As in, they were actually comparing a woman that's gone to 10 countries to a woman we don't buy person. Then, one thing I learned from my mother's relationships and from my former relationship is when your wife has many friends and confidants, that relationship cannot work. That relationship cannot work. Any small thing you get for your relationship, your wife going to go gather her friendship committee. This one tell and do and like this one, tell and do and like this one. I saw it happen in my mother's relationship. They will tell you, don't take this, don't accept this, don't Meanwhile, they are accepting and collecting more. They will ruin that beautiful closeness you have. Maybe because they don't have it in their own homes. My wife has friends, but my wife does not table our matter in front of friends, even family. Unless they witness the fight. Maybe if our family is around and they witness the fight. Beyond that we will carry our matter and come and give you. You will never see it. Please, if you're watching on TikTok, I'm looking for my number one gifter. Oh, where are all my money guns? Now they enjoy gist. I don't go pop money guns again. Who's my number one gifter? Seven can even give him shout out. Innocent Onye, that's my number one gifter. And who's my number two gifter? Obudo Pierrette. Thank you so much, wonderful people. I love you guys loads. You guys are amazing. My number three gifter is Shed. All right, keep popping those money guns. Pop, 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 pop. So, back to what I was saying. Because you all are either coming out of relationships or going into relationships. And you're using social media, you're using Oprah Winfrey, we never married before, as your guide. If you're a woman and you want to learn how to make money, learn from Oprah. But you see, that relationship, Oprah no be amo. Oprah no be amo. Now, I always say this. You can never invite me for a date and I will not show up with my wife unless my wife is so busy, and I will not go on a night date with anyone. I won't even go on an evening date. By date, I mean you want to see me and you are my friend. Now, me and my wife, if my wife cannot come, I'm not going. It's as simple as that. Why do you think I don't have any scandals? You think because it's discipline. Discipline is more important than prayer. On the Free Nation list of 10 things that are more important than prayer, discipline is there. Prayer is not there. Let me tell you, if you are disciplined, there are many things you don't need to pray about. If I'm not, Ada said, if I'm not with my wife, I'm with one of my kids. Guys' night out, God forbid. What am I? I used to do it as a young guy, and I know what we were all up to. I know what we're all up to. Now, I'm principled and principled and principled. I go out every evening under the influence of some Budweiser or some Hennessy and Coke. What do you know that I can be up to? Someone said not only discipline is about trust, sir. Those people whose trust were broken, did they not trust? You find out that, you see, trust is a very, very, can I say, foolish word? You trust someone because you trust them. But do you trust the influence they are under? I'm a church leader. Oh. The access to information I have, you don't have it. Oh. 90% of the times, ladies' night outs don't end well. When I sit down and I grill women who cheat, 99% of them have plenty of friends, love to hang out. If your husband is cheating, you will find yourself very easily swayed. Or you are suspecting. Do you know there was a woman I was counseling who was suspecting that her husband was cheating, so she went to cheat back. Only to find out that the husband was actually planning a surprise birthday party for her. The husband now found out that she cheated. The two of them are now begging. The husband said, do again. The wife is begging me to help her beg her husband. Meanwhile, it was one of her friends that went to tell the husband that he saw her with a lady. There's also another story that is similar to that. The husband was trying to buy land. The husband was in a company. Then they were now trying to take him out of the company. They were planning a coup in the company to have him removed. Now, he was always hanging out with his PA. And he had to make it seem like he was dating his PA because that was the only way the PA was able to bring him information. And he never slept with her. The PA has a husband, and the husband of the PA knew about what was going on, and they all planned it together, and that's how he was able to take the company back. Meanwhile, his wife heard that he was hanging out with the PA, and she went to cheat. Why? Advice from friends. Don't take this from a man. If you and that blessing, then she ended up surprising the husband was planning to surprise her 100%. 100%. You see, one thing you also need to understand is another thing that I will advise people in relationships: avoid single people. If you're in relationships, try to form bonds with other people who are also in relationships. When you are in relationships, your goals are different from a single person's goals. For instance, my wife's goal is to build our family. A single person's goal is to have fun. Imagine, let me tell you the truth. I'll tell you this truth. My ex had a friend. Someone said not all singles are bad. I'm not saying they are bad, but they're also not good for married people because what they are looking for in life is different. I don't know how to explain it. Let me give you this story. I was hanging out with a friend of mine who still watched my live the other day, and my ex was there. And my ex had this friend. You understand? They worked together, and my wife's always talking, my ex-wife was always talking about, oh, these girls, they were cool, they were great guys. So one day went for an event. So my ex wanted a ticket for the girl. As radio presenter, I always had access to extra tickets. So I got a ticket for her friend. And when we're done, it was after party. So I was with my friend, one of my guys called Benny. So I was with Benny, and the friend was there, and my ex was there, and we start partying, and all of a sudden, I don't see Benny, they kiss this girl. I first week, I could call him aside. I say, Benny, where you sabi this girl from? He said, just meet him this night. And this my ex-friend. Mukawole Ringbegba mi nítorí Ọlọ́run. So, I wasn't sure. I just saw them dancing really cool. I wasn't sure if I actually saw them kiss. Did they kiss? It can't be like say they kiss. So I was a bit worried. Omo, we finished at the club. We're going home. I just stopped at Benny's hotel to drop him. As my guy come down, this girl follow him come down or go stay in hotel. I said I could not believe it. My ex was weak. I said, this your friends? This is your friend. As in, she for even tell us, say, make we drop am for bus for junction, make she carry cab. Make she can't carry the cab, go back. At least make she hide am. Auntie, come down. For person when you meet this night. This is what I tell you. I swear. You come down for a hotel at 3 a.m. You want to get to know him how? Can't you go to your house and tomorrow you meet in Mr. Biggs and get to know each other in Mr. Biggs? As in, this girl came down with him. As I dropped him at his hotel, this girl came down. As in, this is my ex's friend. You want to now tell me that they are hanging out every day and they will not learn things from one another? No, let's talk. Or is it the one that used to come to our house with her husband and kid? I know the husband, I know the kid. They used to come to my house. We sit down, we entertain them, we gist. All of a sudden, I go club one day. My ex stay there. She came with that her friend, where I know a husband, I know a pikin. We dey club, the party. The next thing, one guy just shows up. They start to dance. It's like, let me mention somebody who's Rita that comes here. Rita Osa. Where I know say na Nelson be husband. Make Rita come be Taste Bud's friend. Make we all go party. Make we come dey dance. All of a sudden, make I just see say Simply Vic dey kiss am. As in dey smoosh am. Pé mi ò ní heart attack. Na small remain. I don't know wetin I can't tell my ex when I reach house. My ex begin fight me. Say, how dare I talk about her friend like that? Money. Hey. Ẹ gbà mí. This thing I'm telling you about, the guy wey begin dey follow this her friend, the guy was later, they mentions, make I not talk about the guy, make I free him. I now ran into this girl's husband, my ex-friend's husband. One day, I was driving out of my street. I just saw him. He was driving in. He now stopped. Hey, how far? How you doing? Long time. He tell me, say, na him run leave the woman. Oh. This was her husband that used to come to my house. Oh. He said, na him run leave the woman. Oh. Say one day, he see bottle where they tie with his name on top. Say na juju she dey take tire mo. I put hand for his ear, magba me. No be tie, they tie me too, so. See person friend. The husband tell me, say, he run for dear life. Say, so he enter a room one day, something they smell. Now he check out. Now he see heavy juju. And this is her friend. So, I'm not saying I'm good. And I'm not saying she did these things. But these are her friends. Oyinbo man say, show me your friend and I will tell you your character. Show me your, and now you no be me talk am. If she deny am, I go bring Benny come this live. Benny go tell you this story. He go tell you, Benny never kpai you in there alive. Na my guy. He go tell you the story. Say we go club on our way back. You follow person where you meet that day, that evening. No be say you meet her for morning. No, say I can't check me. So now imagine that. How do and this was not a, they are tangential friends that your guy, but they are not really your guy like that. If you meet, you hang out. This one now, Timo. So here's what I want to tell you. Someone said, should anyone forgive cheating? If you can, I'll advise you forgive cheating if you can set the boundaries to prevent it in the future. If you cannot set the boundaries that will prevent it in the future, don't forgive it. Because you go turn to Baba forgiveness. Forgive 77 times, 7 times. I'm waiting Bible talks to make we forgive. Forgive cheating if you can put the boundaries that will prevent it in the future. If your wife cheated on a on a ladies' night out, if you know you cannot ban ladies' night out, don't forgive the cheating. End the relationship and move on. Because anytime, 1 out of 10 times when they go for ladies' night out, something will happen. It's not easy for men to forgive cheating. I don't cheat in my relationship, not because I have one wonderful ability that no other man has. No, it is because I set boundaries even for myself. These days, I get invited to family gatherings more than nightclub events. Ah, Daddy Freeze, come and hang out with us. No, it is my husband is in town. Let's hang out. Come with your wife. Ah, my wife is coming to town with the kids. Come with the kids and your wife. Now those kind things, now that they invite me go. Because the less you see me out, and I always tell people, don't be angry. If you invite me to a club, I'm coming with my wife. If you don't like my wife or you don't want me to come with my wife, let's just forget it. So I always tell men to don't put yourself in compromising situations because you believe internet to tell you guys need to go on a break from each other. I hope those influencers influencing you, I hope when they were throwing your load outside, they'll come and help you pack some of it. Some ladies cheat with their guys at work. That's another very delicate matter. We cannot even talk about all the things, but let me focus on social media and the kind of advice it gives you and the way social media emboldens you as a woman to think you are more in control than you actually are. K Auto Detailing says if anyone that comes across you and still don't see the truth about life, that person needs help. K Auto Detailing, by the way, is the only one that can turn your old car into brand new without painting. K, work day for you. I go call you. I don't talk say I go call you. Baba, book me next week. Oh, very important. Book me next week. Very, very important. I'll give you the exact date tomorrow or a tentative date. Avoid anything and anyone that will make you cheat on your partner. Let me tell you, the more I drink, the more my guards are down, the more nyash we get cellulite go begin smooth for my eye. So when alcohol dey system, my guard will be down. Now let me tell you something here, because I hardly ever go out without my wife. If I do have to go out that once a year without her, because it's not every day, I tend to be extra in control on that day. But when I go out regularly without her, Baba, you go see the way cellulite, as in just small alcohol like the cellulite. Somebody tell me say, cellulite no dey go. I say, Baba, give the person beer drink. The cellulite go come out. Yoruba dey talk say tata okinta oloti. You know wetin be tata? Grasshopper. Tata okinta oloti. Grasshopper no dey bite person wey drunk. Gutter wey rough. Wey to peace inside. Go dey hard you, go dey say person wey drunk go sleep for that gutter, I go sleep soundly, go wake up normal, he no go know say anything do am. Na so alcohol wicked. So someone say come to Vegas and see, if you no cheat make him kpai. I dey tell you, your wife tell you say she wan go Vegas with her friends and you two you allow am. Orí ẹ̀ méjèèjì dàrú. Orí ẹ̀ méjèèjì ti dàrú. You wey dey marry the wife and the wife wey gree marry mumu like you. Your wife tell you say she dey go Vegas with her friends. Come on, now well done. Oh. Women we like to travel alone. You know that when you get to another country, you don't know anybody. Nobody will carry your gist. As in the temptation to fling, especially if you're having problems in your marriage. The temptation, someone said distance marriage, you call, hey, on distance here, that thing you are looking for, make una no go find am. My former mechanic, him wife go London. He sell everything, send his wife go London. His wife come back 4 years later with belle. Someone say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. One day, keep your wife in Lagos, so she will not do what they do in Vegas. That happens only in Vegas. How Stella got her groove back. God bless you. So let me bring a couple of people to share their opinion about what I said. You don't have to agree with me. Whether you like me or not, that's your biz. But me, I don't talk my own. Someone say distance marriage is worse. Oh, worse, pata pata. Pata pata pata. Very bad. Olive cakes. Let me bring you live. It's been a while since I brought you live. Thank you, everyone, sending me stars on Facebook. It's been a while since people send me stars. Let me just shout out to the people who sent me stars. Aribatishe Adedapo, thank you so much. Nancy Joseph, thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. NYSC. But if your marriage no strong, no allow your wife do NYSC. Hey, if your marriage dey shake, fix the marriage. Defer the NYSC for 1 year and use that time fix the marriage. No be as she go take come back. Me, I don't talk my own. Una no kuku like me. NYSC. Any person wey newly marry, wey im wife go NYSC. Any pikin wey she born, just check DNA. Someone say knacking is very easily accessible and cheap in Vegas. Small alcohol like this is a wrap. Now, truth, I dey tell you so. So, anyway, guys, the person I want to invite, not ready. I'm going to be live this time tomorrow with Wilfred Asukwo. Big shout out to him. Hey, Alexandra, you have not bought me money gun in a while. NYSC. You have to be strong. Oh. Someone say give her belle before she. Baba, now your pikin go suffer. Bola go just dey touch your pikin head anyhow. Give your wife belle now. You know me say they no go bench am for you for NYSC. Just the only thing say they no go give am belle. That's the only thing. Unless she go carry belle with belle wey dey inside. Your pikin na him go suffer am. That pikin wey dey that belle na him go suffer am. You just say you born the pikin no gree bond with you. No go just like you. Just dey look you say useless daddy. Can't give my mama belle where Bola just they touch me anyhow. You know, see as my head bend. Now person Bola bend my head. Though. They could help you top them up well. NYSC. Ha. Olọ́rọ̀ ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ. Olóyún kò lóyún owó. Unless your relationship is strong. Gbọ́láhàn go dent your pikin head. You just see say your pikin get koko for one side, you go dey wonder say wetin happen. Na correct Gbọ́láhàn dey conk am. Conk ni pokon. And you know if you do anything, the wife go just so I say 3 weeks too short to catch feelings. My problem with Ada is you are relating knacking with feelings. Who tell you say everybody they feel before they knack? How about just gist, have fun, orientation night. How about you go wake up the next day, waka for field, you go just they see rubber everywhere. You go they wonder say after they don't lock us for sleep, we go jump fence, pass window. Someone say it's hard to escape the NYSC. Oh no, I'm telling you. There's no feeling, no day inside. Now just bench, make everybody go. NYSC. Let me tell you. Sometimes self commandant fit follow them join, give your wife Bola. After student done, she want to redeploy. She go first collect student Bola on to say, hey, 3 weeks of freedom. Oh my God. When she collect all the student Bola on finish and she want redeploy, that's when K auto detailing say, come commandant, collect my girlfriend that year. Baba. Come commandant. Ooh. Some women self go get pikin for house. They go NYSC, go still collect. Someone says a man shouldn't limit a woman from all that. Like I said, no problem. If you like, make Bola they touch your pikin head, they can't come. If you like, make your pikin no carry your DNA. No problem. K auto detailing say they punish me every day. He say he suffer. Commandant. No be all of them. Some of them are really nice and good. I had a good commandant during my own time, but so anyway, let me end this here. Big shout out to K Auto Detailing. If you have a nice car, Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Ferrari, Lambo, Rolls-Royce, just get in touch with him. He knows how to bring the shine out of any car. He's the one that always does my cars. That's why I don't book him down. You know? So, big shout out to K Auto Detailing. The rest of you, we're going to see tomorrow. Take care. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Always remember to use your sense. I love you all.